What's up, guys? So today I did much better than yesterday. $261 off of 36 tickets, so 43.60 and $43 and 60 cents in commissions. So let's look at a few of the trades that I've done. So let's see. So CTL, what did I do with CTL? Okay, so for CTL, this is actually a pretty good trade here. So what I did was I looked at the so I kind of missed this opening range breakout here. A good entry would be at 940. I was doing some other stocks, but I did see that it hit near the high. I think this was close to the high of the day. It was going up to pre-market high. It was very strong on level two, and then on the 1 minute chart, I see that it did this so it sort of got stopped here at 1479. This was the level, it hit it, and then it went back down, and then it was trying to get back up to it again. But each time when it was falling, it held a higher high, a higher low, and then there was this SMA. So it's above both of the SMA and it's above all the other moving averages. So when it popped and made a new 1 minute high, I went long. So I went long on this 500 shares on the 5 minute, same thing, right? So it sort of hit 1482 was where it got stopped, and it was moving back up towards that number. So that was my intent was to get it up to $15, and notice that it never made it. So I'm actually very happy with this trade. So my exit would have been below this wick here, 1475. So it went long 500 shares. As it moved up, I started taking. So if you notice, I'm started to develop this habit of just exiting anytime a stock starts to stall. So I exit. I would say close to 50% of my position anytime that happens. So exited. I think this is like 50%. This is the other 25%, and then I left 25% here. Hit this level. I was kind of waiting for it to hit 1502, but it struggled mightily here, and then as it started to drop, I basically exit because this is just a level. It's not exactly going to hit 1503. It's going to get within that range. I exited, and as you can see, it tried to do it again, and then it didn't quite make it, and then it dropped back. So very happy with this move here, even though I didn't make that much, only $45 off of it. And then here for MU, this is the one I caught the the opening range breakout, but I took profit too early because of some early struggles with MU. So basically what happened here is if you look at the 5 minute chart, 930 it popped up, and then it was getting close. This is actually a very good entry right at VWAP pretty much. So I entered 39.52, and as it went up, I started to scale out. So here I scaled out quite a bit because it was struggling a bit. Should have held it longer and let it ride, but it is what it is. It's always something to work on, is holding and riding your winners. So if I had rode it, I would have gone all the way up to 40.31. So almost $1 move. That would have been very nice. Instead, I exited here. It is what it is. Later on, I did MU a few other times, and I lost money on these three trades, but I kept it small. So as you can see, my one winner was 67.50, but I kept my losses small, so I didn't really lose that much on my losers, even though I actually lost 3 times. So here I went short because I saw this. I think it was going to do a reversal, and I was wrong. So it dropped, and I went short, hoping it would go back to VWAP, because this is a pretty nice risk to reward, right? So this is 40.06, dropping to VWAP is 39.84. Instead, it popped back up, so I exited at 40.10. So that's about a 6 cents loss, okay? And then here, so that I couldn't make a new high, it actually got stopped right here at the 40.22 level. So I went short, and then it dropped a bit. I was hoping, again, my exit was at VWAP. Instead, it popped back up, so I exit at pretty much break even. I didn't lose money on that one. And then this one, I saw that it went up. There's this long wick, meaning once it got bought back up, the sellers dumped it again, so it fell. So I went short, thinking it would be a short, and then it did the opposite. People shorted it, and then got bought back up. And then it seemed like it was going to make a new high. So I basically exited at 40.13 and then sustained the $75 loss there. As you can see, across this time frame, it basically chopped up and down, so I didn't touch this stock again. And then STX. So STX, I did a few plays on this. So initially, near the opening range of 940, I saw that it dropped on the 5-minute and got bought back up. So I felt like it was going to make a new high again. At the time, it was 46.28. So I went long. It popped up a bit, and also the stock. I actually made a mistake here. So I only got 300 shares because the spread was huge. And it was extremely volatile, extremely volatile. So I went in 300 shares, and already by just doing that, because of the spread, it was minus $150 or something like that. And then it dropped on me, but then it popped back up, and then it dropped on me again and popped back up. And then when it got to this level, I quickly scaled out, realizing that 300 shares was probably a bit too much. So I scaled out, kept 200 just to see where it would go. And then it started to drop again. So I quickly exited the remainder of my position, and I made a very small profit here. So like $15 or so. And eventually it did go back up, but I wasn't going to hold it through this because it dropped again. So even with 300 shares, this is like a $100, $200 loss. So, and you never know if it will continue to drop. And if it does, that 300 shares could morph into a $900, $1,000 loss. So I basically just exited it. And then later on, over the course of the morning, the spread got much better. So at this level, I saw that the stock started to become weak. It fluctuated around this 45.68 level for quite a long time. And then when it started to lose it, here it lost the moving average, and on the 15-minute, it looked like it was making a new 15-minute low. And then on the 5-minute, this is a very big engulfing pattern here, despite all these other lines. A very big engulfing pattern. So I went short, and then once it completely lost this level, this is the 45.57 level. When it completely lost that, I actually added to my position, and then when it dropped, this is from 45.41 to 45.29. So that's 20-cent drop. This is 1,000 shares that I was holding. And again, this stock was very volatile in the morning, so I was a bit nervous. So when it dropped, I quickly covered. And the reason for that too is because there's this SMA level. It provides a very strong support level. And as you can see, right after it dropped, it popped back up. So it dropped. I exited, I think, here 200 shares, an extra 100 share, and it went back up. To pretty much break even, if it went beyond that, I would have exited it. But it held it at that level below my break even. And so when it looked like it was going to drop again, I quickly added back the positions that I sold. So I sold 300 shares. I added back 300 shares for 1,000 shares again. And then on the way down, I started to just cover because these are really big moves. So here, it was 45.47. It dropped all the way down to 45.13. So on the way down, I covered a lot up here because I was afraid of this simple moving average because it's a strong level of support. I'm afraid it'll hit it and then bounce right back up and then do a reversal and go to new highs. So I covered a majority of my shares here. I think probably 75% or 60%, 75%. And then when it dropped below that, I covered some more. And then it opened on a new low. I wanted to see how far it would go, but then it started to creep back up. So then I basically covered at around the same level below this SMA. And then as you can see, it made a quick bounce back up. And now it's continued to fall. But I'm actually quite happy today with regards to my risk management. As you can see, I had one winner on MU and three losers on MU. And overall, I lost $75 on MU and gained 67. So I didn't really lose that much. And I was right 25% of the time. So, if you have good risk management, you can always come out on top. So that's key. Practicing that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys had a good day as well.